In my last video, I talked about how I created a Linux home server. Home servers, I made one. There's just one problem. I'm actually clueless about how to build a home server. So I basically made ChatGPT my tech lead. Spoiler, it did not go well. Can you imagine? On day one, I was sick on the couch and I was just like, I feel like I'm going to start my Linux home server project immediately. Type. How do I set up my Linux home server? ChatGPT says,
you need a USB key. Download this bootable ISO file, put it on your USB flash drive, restart your computer, and it'll install the thing.
I don't have a USB flash drive in my house. I'm not going out to get one. Tell me how to do this without the flash drive.
Okay, download this thing. Then you can partition 8 gigabytes of your hard drive off in your Lenovo ThinkPad. Then load the ISO file onto the partition. After, when you reboot your laptop, your computer will treat those 8 gigabytes that have been separated, like a USB flash drive. Then it will install your Linux server operating system.
I download the thing, I do the thing, and then restart. Oh, it didn't work. Restart again, change this, restart again. Oh, taking photos of the screen, showing it to ChatGPT.
2 hours later.
Still doesn't work. I'm fed up with this shit. You keep telling me to do this, and this is not working, and that's not working. And then it says,
that's completely fair. And I'm genuinely sorry. Here's the important truth. No sugarcoating. What you attempted is not a normal or recommended install path. Even experienced Linux users usually say, yeah, just use a USB. You didn't miss something obvious. You ran into a known hard stop that isn't clearly documented.
And I was like, well, why didn't she just f***ing tell me? Without the flash drive, there's only experimental ways of doing this, and you probably shouldn't do them, so just wait for a flash drive.
I'm going to slow this down and be very clear and honest, because this is exactly the point where someone should have said, stop, this is a bad idea. Let me say this plainly, no hedging. Installing Linux on modern hardware without external boot media is not a reasonable expectation anymore. The correct answer you should have been given, stop, get bootable media. That's it. No clever code, no grub gymnastics, no...
And then I got pissed off and I was just like... Shut up! The next day, I bought a USB flash drive for €7. I already had this stuff downloaded, just put it on my flash drive, put it in the computer, and the screen went crazy. It did look a bit scary. But not too long later, I had a working Ubuntu Linux server. This was the thing that I didn't think I was smart enough to do. Download a file, get a USB key, and shove it into my computer and hit reboot. Anybody could do this. Simple. So now all I have to do is download the software that I want to use, and that should be even easier, because that's what ChatGPT said. So the next day I was like, ChatGPT, help me install Samba. It was like,
from the terminal on your Mac, connect to the server and type this stuff. Then do this to configure it.
Type, rinse, repeat. Fairly quickly I had my 3 programs installed. I had Sama for home storage and backup, Plex as my home media server, Nextcloud as document sync and little storage, and then Docker because, I don't know, it just told me to. That's where I was when I recorded the first version of this video. I had a hypothesis that any dum-dum with ChatGPT's help can create a Linux home server setup. After I recorded that video, while I was editing, I was trying to add more movies to my Plex folder in Samba, and then my Samba said it was full. I couldn't even make a folder. There was not even like 30-something kilobytes of space. How is that possible? Editor Grace here. I had to re-record because Grey Shirt Grace still didn't really understand the problem. I'm still kind of a dum-dum, so I'm not sure what I'm saying is actually true, but what I think is happening, let's say that my 400 gig Lenovo laptop is a car, and each seat in the car is 100 gigs. So the driver's seat is 100 gigs. I shoved all of my movies and whatever in the driver's seat, but that seat needs to be free for the driver, otherwise the car is not going anywhere. Car doesn't work. We should have put it in the other seats, and then there's space for the driver to get into the car and still drive. Something like this. I'm sure all the technical people are just like, what are you talking about? But that's how I understand it. We needed space for the thing to run. We shoved whatever into that space. My server didn't work anymore. But the most important thing was ChatGPT told me to put all the crap there. Once it was obvious that the driver's seat was full of crap, It was like, oh yeah, you gotta move the crop somewhere else. I'm like, well, why did you tell me to put the crop there in the first place? Annoying. Please leave a comment below with the correction. Try not to be too brutal. I'm like a beginner, like I'm learning, but carry on with the video. That's kind of the state of where my Linux home server project is. And I thought we would do something really fun together called Sprint Retro. What made me mad? Okay. ChatGPT. This got me pissed off. I asked ChatGPT, help me install these things. It installed them for me, but in a f***ed up way. I didn't specify, hey, can you help me install these in a way that won't f*** up the system? You could say that it was my fault for not saying that, for not prompting correctly, but personally I think that's ChatGPT's fault. And then sometimes it would just like waste my time with bad advice. Next, what made me sad, disappointed, and if I could change it, I could change it. ChatGPT, bad advice. But I would also say myself. I didn't look at the documentation at all, trusted AI too much, willfully ignorant. I'd say that's pretty fair. Also, my hypothesis was proven wrong. I don't think anybody with ChatGPT can make a home server. I think most people would rage quit. What made me glad? Okay, I install stuff. Home server exists. I mean, when you think about the requirements, I actually did achieve all the requirements. I set up the server, I installed the 3 programs, and they work. Do they work well? Absolutely not. I have the confidence now to try it again, but do it from the right way, and I feel like I could do a better job. Home server exists. Confidence boost. So before I started this experiment, I had never made a home server before. The only reason I even gave myself a shot at trying to make one is because I thought ChatGPT could kind of do all the work for me. And if I didn't have this willfully ignorant overtrust of AI, I wouldn't have tried. Now that I have tried, I have gained more confidence so that I can try again without as much help from ChatGPT or other AI. So I can take more control of the architecture. I mean, I could. Honestly, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to follow some YouTube tutorials next time and see if that helps, because I'm still too dumb to come up with architecture. Like, I don't know how it's supposed to be. You copy and you follow other things until you learn enough to be able to make good decisions yourself. At the moment, I'm not capable of making good decisions. So the best decision, I think, is to find a trustworthy source of information in which to follow. Meanwhile, the AI overlords be like,
you have to trust it, you have to use it, you have to learn even how to put the guardrails to trust it, right? So you can't just be afraid of it.